My best friend got married and moved into a new house. On the way home from his housewarming celebration with my husband, my best friend offered to give us a ride home. "Thank you so much for coming today." I couldn't smile back at my best friend, who was smiling happily at me, because I don't want her to be happy anymore. When I didn't respond, my husband called out to me as if he was panicking. "I didn't think you'd beat us to building your own house. We should really start thinking about it. You saw how big it was, right? You're lucky to have a place like that." "Yeah, but we moved out quickly because of you." "What?" My husband and best friend's bewildered voices echoed my words. The look on their faces could not have been more priceless. They must have sensed something. They're making eye contact with each other, anxious for me not to find out. It seems the time has finally come. The countdown to their descent into hell has now begun. My name is Chelsea, and I'm 30 years old. I work for a major beverage company, and I'm a young woman in the position of a section manager. 6 months ago, a project that I had planned had a huge impact on the company's performance. This led to a promotion, and now I'm living a busy life, but fulfilling life. I got married 2 years ago. My husband, Robert, was a classmate of mine from college, and we got married after about 7 years of dating. Because of our long relationship, Robert and I are like best friends. We can talk about anything and everything, and we don't have to worry about anything. I feel really comfortable with him. He doesn't make my heart flutter, but I think that's what happens to married couples. We don't have children yet, and I'm focusing on my work. We would like to have children someday, but it's not the right time. However, just the other day, my husband suddenly said something like this. "Hey, Chelsea, isn't it about time we start thinking about kids?" Why are you saying that all of a sudden? "Robert, I thought you said a while ago you didn't want kids until later." "Well, I did, but one of my coworkers just had a baby and showed me pictures, and he's so cute." "I see, but you're right, kids are really cute." "Right?" I started to think that it would be better if we had a baby as soon as possible, considering our age, and it would be a burden if I would put that on your body. "Robert, he doesn't just want a child, he's thinking about my body too." We usually fight a lot because of the way he says things, but the good thing about him is that he's so wishful in this kind way. Is that a no? I smiled at my husband with an apologetic look on my face. "No, but I'm a little busy with work right now. Can we wait until things are settled?" "Yeah, sure. I'll wait until you're done with that." "Okay, thanks. It'll probably take me a month or so to get things settled, so can you just wait until then?" "Of course. I'll wait months. I'll even wait years. I want to have a baby with you." He said this and hugged me tightly. Normally I wouldn't think of anything of this, but when he hugs me unexpectedly like this, I get a little flustered. I will work hard to raise our family for him. I promised myself that day. Then one day I got a call from Kemi, my best friend from high school. Although we had moved away for college, we still saw each other frequently after high school and kept in touch with each other. After I started dating Robert, the three of us would often go out to eat together. Kemi and Robert planned a surprise for my birthday together. Kemi was as important as Robert to me. When I received a message from her saying that she wanted to talk to me, I forced myself to leave work at this last minute. When I arrived at this meeting place, Kemi was already there. "Sorry, I'm late, Kemi." "Oh, don't worry about it. I just got here. I'm sorry, I was calling here last minute." "It's fine. Did something happen?" "Yeah, to tell you the truth." Kemi smiles a little shyly and shows me her left hand. I look at her with wide eyes and she opens her mouth happily. "I'm getting married!" "No, wait, really? Congratulations, Kemi." "Thank you. I met him at a party. We've only been dating for a few months, but he proposed." "That's amazing. That's a speedy marriage." "But I'm happy. Whatever makes you happy." "I knew you'd say that. He's 9 years older than me, but he's financially stable and he's a really nice guy. Age doesn't matter as long as you really like him. I'll let Robert know about it and we can have a happy wedding party for you at my place." Kemi smiled and thanked me for my spur-of-the-moment suggestion. We had a lot of drinks and celebrated Kemi's engagement there. When I got home, I decided to tell my husband about the day's events. When I told him that Kemi was engaged and soon to be married, he spat out the beer he'd been drinking. "Kimberly is getting married? Really? Isn't that really such a surprise? I mean, she's so cute and nice. It would be weird if she wasn't married by yet, wouldn't it?" "I see. I can't believe it. I guess she can't come to our casual get-togethers at our place anymore." "But we talked about having an engagement party here. We'll make it a big celebration." "Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna go get a bunch of booze." "Awesome. Sounds great." After arranging with Kimmy's schedule, we decided to get together at our house the following Saturday. My husband bought a lot of alcohol for Kimmy, and I arranged them all around the house. On the day of the party, Kimmy arrived and the toast started right away. As the drinks started to flow, we started talking about how Kimmy and her husband got together. I asked her what attracted her to him, and she said in a drunken voice, "Money. Of course, he's in real estate, he has a lot of money." "What? Money? You don't genuinely like him?" "He is 9 years older than me. There's no way I could love him. What I love is money. He said he could buy me a house when we got married, so I agreed to marry him." "I see. Don't you feel sorry for him?" "Why? He got to marry the woman of his dreams. He can brag about his young and cute wife." I know you're cute, but he would be proud to call you his wife, but..." Then Kimmy slammed the beer down on the desk with a mighty thud. She glares at me and says in an angry tone, "Hey, Chelsea, what's with you? You don't like the fact that I married a rich guy." "No, it's not like that. I'm just worried about you. There's nothing to be worried about. I'm happy to be married to a rich man." "That's not what I'm saying. I mean, it's nice that you're happy, but you only want his money. How do you feel about this?" "You're being persistent. If I have money, my heart will be happy too. You make a lot of money too, so you understand, right?" "Kimmy." I was so shaken, seeing a different side of Kimmy. My husband, perhaps understanding the situation, asked me, "Can you go out and buy some more alcohol for us?" I nodded and left the house because I didn't want to be there. As soon as I stepped outside, I started to cry. I was so happy when I heard Kimmy was getting married, but it feels like it was just a money thing. I wanted her to be happy with someone she truly loves, but maybe I'm just being nosy. I don't know what's the right thing to do, and my head's not working as it should. I bought some alcohol at a gas station and went home with heavy steps. I'm home. I don't know if my voice was too soft to be heard, but they didn't respond. On the contrary, I could hear them laughing in the living room. As I slowly walked forward, a shocking conversation jumped my ears. "Hey, are you sure? Wouldn't it be bad if Chelsea found out about this?" As soon as I heard that, I stopped dead in my tracks. I peeked into the living room and saw my husband and Kimmy hugging each other. What's going on? Robert and Kimmy? I wouldn't go any further because my legs were frozen. I stood there, their conversation reached me. "It's okay, she doesn't even know we're together." "Well, that's true. We've been in a relationship for a year." Ugh, Chelsea's so stupid. "You didn't tell me you were getting married. Are you trying to make me jealous?" "No, but if I marry this guy off a lot of money, then I can go on another trip with you." "That's a good idea. Kimmy, you're such a good woman." "Right? Even if we get married, the only person I'll ever love is you, Robert." Then Robert and Kimmy started to kiss. And that's when it all went black. What does this mean? What the hell are they doing in the living room? I managed to suppress my screams and made a deliberate footstep so they would know I was home. As expected, the two of them were now sitting apart. "Welcome home." And I offered Robert a drink and said to Kimmy, "Kimmy, I'm sorry about earlier. I'm feeling a little under the weather, so I'm gonna go to bed first, but please stay as long as you'd like." "Huh? Okay." "Thank you. Good night." "Good night, take care." "Thank you." Every word she says feels like a lie. I thought of her as my best friend. All of the things I've done. When I was dating Robert, when I got married, it was always Kimmy who was there for me. I've come this far because I trusted her. But then I realized that she was no longer my best friend. She was my husband's lover. I found myself crying, but the tears were not tears of sorrow. They were tears of anger and resentment. In that moment, all the trust I had built up in them fell to the ground with a clatter. It was the moment love turned to hatred. I can't believe it. I can't believe they both cheated on me behind my back. I trusted Kimmy and Robert, and I could never forgive them. How could I ever forgive such a betrayal? The next day, I had the day off from work, so I decided to go to a detective agency. There, I requested a background check on my husband and Kimmy and waited for the results. 2 weeks later, I got the call back from the agency and found out that they were really having an affair. My husband took advantage of the fact that I was working late to see Kimmy every night. Kimmy herself must be doing whatever she wants because she's married and has money. With this evidence, I decided to go to the lawyer's office and file a claim against them. 2 weeks later, Kimmy called me to tell me that she had moved into a new house and wanted me to come visit her. My husband happened to have some free time, so we decided to go visit. We got off the train and took a cab to the designated place, where we found a mansion that looked like a castle. When I pressed the intercom, the gate opened automatically, and it was a long walk to the entrance. "Welcome! We've been waiting for you!" We were greeted by Kimmy and a kind middle-aged man. Being 9 years older than her, he was quite calm and collected. The inside of the house was just as much of a castle as the outside, and could be easily described as a movie set. After a glass of housewarming wine and some casual conversation, Kimmy offered to drive us home. "Thank you so much for coming over today." She smiled happily. I couldn't smile back, because I no longer wished her happiness. When I didn't answer, my husband spoke up in a panic. "I didn't think you'd beat us to building your own house. We should really start thinking about it. You saw how big it was, right? You're lucky to have a place like that." "Yeah, but we'd have to move out quickly because of you." "What?" My words were overlaid by the bewildered voices of my husband and best friend. I can't tell you what a masterpiece their faces were at that moment. They must have sensed something. They make eye contact with each other, anxious for me not to notice. Seems the time has finally come. "What are you talking about?" I told my upset husband clearly. "Did you think I didn't know? I've known for a long time that you and Kimmy were having an affair. How is that possible? I'm married to you, and Kimmy is your best friend. You're always calling her Kimberly, and now you call her Kimmy?" "No, it just came out like that because I'm shocked. I didn't mean to imply." "You don't have to hide it anymore. I hired a detective agency, and I have all the evidence I need. I've already consulted a lawyer, and I got a content-certified letter." "What? Are you kidding?" Husband's face is scrunched up and his forehead is sweating. Then Kimberly stops the car and says, "Chelsea, what's the meaning of this? I'm a newlywed. Don't give me a content-certified letter." "What are you talking about? It doesn't matter that you're newly married. It's rather strange to have a relationship with your best friend's husband when you just got married, isn't it?" I'm telling you, I'm not going to forgive you. I hope both of you go to hell." I said that and got out of the car. "Wait a minute!" To my husband, who was chasing after me, I said in a low voice, "Don't be so brazen as to hold me back when you're cheating on me. This is the one time I'm really disappointed in you. You wanted a child? Are you kidding me? How could a cheater like you say that? Chelsea, my relationship with Kimmy is just a fling. The only person I love is you. I don't want to hear that excuse. Don't think I can trust you at this point. Look, you betrayed me. You both pretended to be someone I can trust for a long time, and then you betrayed me behind my back. I will never forgive you. You two will never be a part of my life again." After saying my piece, I walked straight to the train station. Behind me, I could hear my husband and Kimberly arguing. After that, on my way home, I visited the lawyer's office and explained the situation. They had already prepared the content proof and arranged me to send it immediately. I also decided to leave my divorce with Robert to my lawyer. I never want to see his face again. I packed up my belongings and I went to my parents' house. The apartment I lived in was in my name, so I immediately canceled the lease. My husband was forced to move out. Later, a content-certified letter was sent to my in-laws, which revealed my husband's wrongdoings. My in-laws were furious with Robert and kicked him out of their house, and he had no place to stay. On the other hand, Kimmy's husband found out about the affair when he received the certified letter. Kimmy promised not to cheat on her husband and that he'd been the only reason she was able to enjoy her lavish life with her large allowance. Kimmy was not only divorced, but her husband was determined for alimony from her. I guess she will have to work hard to pay off alimony from now. As for me, on the other hand, I signed a new lease for an apartment near my office and moved in without an incident. I have not touched the alimony from Robert and Kimmy, and I'm living on my own money for now. It took a lot of work to get to this point, so maybe I should give myself a break. My marriage has failed, but my life is far from over. From now on, I want to live a life I'm satisfied with while pampering myself moderately.